Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Javier Fuenmayer. Thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to take a look at how you can push a Sharpie straight through an entire deck of cards. If you want a chance to win the very gimmick we're going to make in this video, drop a comment below letting me know 2 to 3 random objects that you would like to see turned into a magic trick. In a later video, I'm going to choose one of those comments and create a magic trick with those items. I asked you guys what you would like to learn in this channel, and most of you guys said you want to learn gimmicks, building gimmicks and putting stuff like that together. A few of you also said card magic, so I combined both of those and I created this trick for this week's video. It is incredibly easy to make. It's going to take us maybe 1-3 minutes tops to put this together, and as you can see, we're only going to be tampering with the box itself, so your deck is completely regular. So now let's get into making the gimmick. You can see the black dotted lines is exactly where we're going to be cutting. We're going to start cutting those crosses or the X's first. Those are going to be much easier to cut before we cut the rest of the box. We're going to have more support. All you have to do is cut down here all the way to the bottom of the box and then on the other side. Once you've done that, you can also trim the edges a little bit. I'm just gonna cut it up, make it just a little bit nicer. And once you have that, you have the gimmick ready. That's it. There's nothing else to be done. Now that we've made the gimmick, let's see how it works. Now there's a bunch of different handlings you can do. I'm going to show you 2 different ones. There's one for social media and there's another one that you can use in a live performance. Of course, the social media one is going to be a little bit more angle sensitive. So let's start with the one I use the most, which is the one you can perform live. You're just going to need a Sharpie, a pen, a razor, a straw, anything really that's long and you can push through that little cross that we cut there. That was to facilitate the Sharpie or whatever it is going through the box. To set up, all you have to do is hold the deck vertically, so the face would be facing your audience, and then you're going to open up the flap and you're going to put the deck inside horizontally. To hold the case properly, you want to hold your hand as if you had a little playful gun with your hand and grab the box and the cards in that position. That is going to create the illusion that we're trying to create, which is just holding the case at the fingertip. Now you can check out the angles here as I show you, but you can also play in the mirror to get more familiar with those angles. You don't want to really turn your hand all the way to the extremes as you're obviously going to be exposing the secret. Also, feel free to transfer the gimmick from hand to hand as you gesture or you're looking for your Sharpie to establish that it's a normal box without really saying that it's normal. You can also choose to start with the Sharpie or the pen already through the box, or you can do the penetration in front of them. Regardless, after they already see that the pen is through the box, you can have them pull the pen out. This is gonna help you while they're occupied with the retention on that Sharpie as you finish inserting the deck into the case. Notice how in the action of opening the case, we're helping guide the deck into the box. Once it's inside, we can show the opening where they'll actually get to see the edge of the deck as we continue to remove the cards out of the case. You can flash the box if you want, front and back, but really all your attention should go to those cards. If you're using a Sharpie, the hole might be a little bit big, so you may want to cover it as you're pulling that Sharpie out so that they don't get to see the emptiness inside of that case. So this is the original handling that I came up with to share with you guys, and then I asked myself, well, if we were going to perform this in social media, how would I do this? And so this is what I came up with. It's of course way more angle sensitive. I do not recommend you perform this ever in person unless you're a master at figuring out your angles live. But if you want to do this in social media, this is a great handling for you. What we're doing is we're hiding the deck behind the thumb. Now make sure that the curve of the case where it bends, it isn't seen and it hides also behind the thumb. That is going to create the illusion that we're simply holding the cards at our fingertip. We're going to proceed as usual with the penetration, and once the pen is out, we're going to use our pinky to push up and the deck into the box as we tip those cards out. Yet another subtlety we could add, this might be a little bit like overkill, but you could totally do it. all you need to do is have a block of cards that will function as the edge of the deck. So what I did is I cut some cards up and I taped them together, as you see here. And if you do this, you're gonna be able to open up the case and show the cards inside while the penetration is happening. Of course, it's gonna be way more sleight of hand heavy, and you're gonna have to palm the piece off as you're opening the box and then ditch it or hide it under the deck, whatever seems fit for you. These are the handlings that I came up with and I'm sharing with you guys. I encourage you to come up with your own, maybe a handling that's going to fit you personally. If you do, make sure you tag me. I wanna see what you've come up with. For those of you who may be wondering if your spectators are gonna ask for the box or if they can check it out, very simply, you could take another box, cut those crosses in the same spot that you did your gimmick, and have that in your pocket. Then, as they're checking the cards, you just put the box away and pull out the other one. And in this way, now everything is fully examinable. When you perform this live, you can start already with that Sharpie through the box. You can move it back and forth for just a second, tell them that it's going through that case, and have them pull it out. Then you remove the cards, and now you can have them sign the cards. That was the purpose of you having that box with the Sharpie there. It's because you needed to get them to sign the card. What if you don't want to use this as your opener? What I do is I just set it up in front of them. After they're reacting from the previous trick, they don't know what I'm doing, they don't know what I'm up to. So I take the case, take the cards, put them in position, and now I'm ready to perform, and they have no idea that I got ready in front of them. As you can see, it is incredibly easy to make and perform. You can do this with absolutely any deck you like, and it functions like a regular case. We usually carry a Sharpie, or if you're at a restaurant or a bar or anywhere, there's gonna be a pen or straws. So you're pretty much, anytime you have your deck of cards, you can technically perform this as an opener or in between your set. To this day, I haven't had the cards come out or fall out, but if you're worried that they might fall out, all you have to do is just take some rubber bands and wrap them around the case, and now you also have some extra tricks that you can perform with those rubber bands. Instead of pulling out a deck of cards, if you have Industrial Revelation, you could pull that as well. Or maybe you have the Omni deck, or you have a block of wood that you want to pull out of there, then you're just having a penetration of a trick pretty much. Oh, one more thing, if you want to check out my other videos, they're going to be right here. I want to thank you so much for being here, for spending some time with me, for learning. And if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified when I post another video, which will be next week, Monday.